You've been told this your entire life. Save money, spend less, build your future. It sounds responsible, it sounds safe. But what if that advice is slowly making you poorer? What if the very thing you trust the most is quietly working against you? Because on the surface, saving money feels like control. You earn, you save, you feel secure. But look closer. Your savings don't grow fast, prices keep rising. And over time, that same money buys you less. You don't notice it immediately. There's no warning, no sudden drop, just a slow, invisible change. And that's what makes it dangerous. Because this isn't about how much money you have, it's about what that money can actually do. And that's where the system begins to reveal itself. There was a time when saving money actually worked, when currencies were stable, when inflation was low, when your money held its value over time. But that world has changed. Today we live in a system built on fiat currency, money that is not backed by gold, but by trust and policy. And that changes everything, because in this system, more money can be created. And when more money enters the system, the value of existing money begins to fall. This is inflation, a silent force that slowly reduces your purchasing power. Now think about your savings. You keep money in a bank. Maybe it earns a small amount of interest. Your balance looks stable. But inflation, it rises faster. Which means, even though your number stays the same, its real value is going down. You're not losing money in numbers, you're losing money in reality. And that's a completely different problem. Now compare this to assets, stocks, real estate, businesses. As more money flows into the system, these assets often increase in value. Because money doesn't stay still, it moves. And it tends to move toward assets. So while savers hold cash, asset holders hold growth, and slowly, a gap begins to form. At first it's small, almost unnoticeable, but over time, it becomes significant. Now let's break this down clearly. When you save money, you are protecting a number, but when you invest, you are growing value. And in an inflation-driven system, that difference matters, because inflation doesn't stop. It continues, quietly, consistently, and if your money is not growing, it is losing. Now imagine this over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. The saver feels safe, but the value declines. The investor takes risk, but the value grows. And the system quietly rewards one, while penalizing the other. But there's another layer to this. Banks don't just hold your money, they use it, they lend it out. They create more money through loans, which means, while your savings are sitting still, the system is actively expanding. And as it expands, inflation continues. Now add interest rates into the picture. Savings accounts often offer low returns, sometimes lower than inflation itself, which means, even when your bank balance increases, your real wealth is decreasing. And this is where the realization hits. Saving money is not enough anymore, because the system is not designed to reward idle cash. It rewards movement, it rewards risk, it rewards participation. And if you're only saving, you're standing still in a system that is constantly moving forward. Now zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. Across the world, this same pattern repeats. Wealth shifts toward those who own assets. The middle class struggles to keep up. And people who rely only on savings fall behind. Not because they are careless, not because they are irresponsible, but because the rules have changed, and most people were never told. And this is why the idea of just save money no longer works the way it used to. Because money today is not just something you store, it's something that moves, something that grows. And if it doesn't, it slowly loses its power. So the real question is not, are you saving money? The real question is your money growing or shrinking? Because once you understand this, you stop seeing saving as the final goal, and you start seeing it as just the beginning. So what do you think? Is saving still safe? Or is it outdated in today's system? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to understand how money really works, subscribe for more.